Hey guys, it's Jed here from Sinful Reviews. I'm going to be reviewing a couple of movies today that I've recently watched. I've just watched The Chernobyl Diaries, which was directed by Oren Peli, who did Paranormal Activity and the Insidious movies. The Chernobyl Diaries is about a group of tourists who travel to the Ukraine. They travel to the abandoned city of Pripyat, where basically was the exclusion zone of the Chernobyl disaster that actually happened in 1986 when the Chernobyl nuclear plant had a meltdown due to a power failure. The fourth reactor core blew up, causing a plume of radioactive smoke to go airborne, and people from the nearby town of Pripyat were told to evacuate. A lot of people left with the bare basics. The town is still a ghost town with people's possessions still in their homes. It was pretty disastrous what happened. I've looked up online a lot about what happened at Chernobyl, and in one of the videos it was quite shocking that in the basement level there's a thing such as the elephant's foot, which actually is molten radioactive waste. Pretty scary when you think about it, and pretty scary to think that a lot of countries still use nuclear power to this day. You know, what would happen if a disaster took place on the scale of Chernobyl? And then there was the disaster that happened in 2011 in Japan in Fukushima, which was quite shocking as well, sadly. So, getting back to the movie follows tourists, like I said, who travel to Pripyat, and they go exploring on what's deemed as a extreme tourist adventure. Although things go terribly awry, their vehicle breaks down, their tour guide's nowhere to be found, and basically they have to fend for themselves. I won't give any more than that away because I don't like giving out spoilers, and no one likes spoiler alerts. So give it a go, guys. The Chernobyl Diaries. I give it 10 out of 10. Um, Another TV show I would love to watch that's based around the same thing is actually Chernobyl, but I'm having a little bit of trouble finding a way of watching Chernobyl. A lot of my friends are watching it and said it is brilliant. Another movie I've watched recently was Boar. Boar is based in Australia, and it's based around a gigantic boar similar to that of a razorback. Um, Originally, the original film was in the 80s called Razorback, and this is more of a modern version of that film. So this one was filmed in Australia, set in the outback in Queensland. It was absolutely fantastic. It follows a family who basically get terrorized by a wild pig, hence the boar. It's got, I'm trying to think of the actor's name now, John Jarratt. Sorry. It's got John Jarratt, who plays a good role in this film compared to those he's played in Wolf Creek when he played Mick Taylor. So in this one, he's basically helping the survivors, but unfortunately he does get picked off. That's all I'm going to say. It's a brilliant film. Give it a go. It's called Boar. Um, I'll also talk about a few movies that are coming up that I really want to see, which is Aladdin. So this is a live action version of Aladdin, from the animated Disney movie that came out in the 90s. I really enjoyed the original, and I'm looking forward to seeing the remake. Um, I also want to see Brightburn. Brightburn is basically a horror movie that sort of encompasses what if Superman was evil. So basically, it's about a child who falls to Earth in a meteor and he has certain powers. However, his powers he uses for evil, not good. It's basically an action horror. I've seen previews and it looks amazing. I cannot wait. A couple of other good things to keep your eyes out for, guys, is Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is supposed to be really, really good. I've seen previews and I recommend Swamp Thing. And one other movie I forgot to mention I did see recently was Detective Pikachu. So Detective Pikachu was quite good. Basically follows a guy who is trying to find out what's happened to his father, and when he's trying to find out the story of what happened to his father, Pikachu pops up in Rhyme City. Pikachu can actually talk and communicate with the main character, and he can do the same. Pikachu is also voiced by Ryan Reynolds. I found it fantastic, brilliant landscapes, has a lot of the beloved Pokemon characters. And my favourite part, all I'm going to say is my favourite part was when there was the Pokemon battle with Charizard. That was amazeballs. So those are a few movies coming out, guys. There's also Men in Black, the new one. Can't think of what it's actually called, but that's coming soon. And Dark Phoenix, which is the next movie in the X-Men series. That looks really, really good. Then we've got It Chapter 2 in September. I've seen trailers and that it looks amazing. Another good film to come. So that's all from me, guys. Be sure to follow me at Sinful Reviews. This review's been done by Jed, and take care, guys. See ya.